Picking up where we left off. So basically, you already explained the idea of the sustained investigation, which is 60% of the AP portfolio and how they're scored. The other 40% goes to selected works. So I'll talk about what selected works are. It's pretty easy to understand. They will submit, it's usually physically we do this. We actually send in 5 physical works. This year we'll be doing it digitally because of COVID, but we'll see. Hopefully in the future they could do it physically again. But the students submit 5 works that demonstrate just great art skills and a great synthesis of their materials, again, processes and ideas. So they have control over their tools, their materials, they understand how they work as an artist in their own process, and their ideas are thoughtful. They do a little bit of writing about each one, but this is very short, 100 characters, not even 100 words. But it's pretty straightforward. So the selected works is just really all about, and I tell this to the kids, this is really about them showing that they can make great art that's well done, that's technically skilled, that shows they have great skill with drawing, that shows they have good control over colors and good control over what they're using. The way I compare it is like, yeah, somebody can take a seed. Like if somebody wants to be a gardener, they can take a seed and make it grow pretty easily. But that's pretty basic. What we want to do is be better, be more complex than that, and really show that we can put together a lot of things really well in great compositions. We could put together a garden. We can show that we have great control over growing those things, over growing our ideas, over using our tools and our materials. Just like in a garden, like in an art class as well. It's a silly little analogy that I came up with, but hopefully you like it. But again, we just want to show that we're super skilled with our materials, our processes, and our ideas. We're good at making art. We're good at, we understand our process as an artist, and we understand that we're coming up with great ideas and not just things that are really, really basic, but they're a little more complex and thoughtful. Okay, now with the portfolio, you can have some selected works. Some of those 5 works can overlap with the 15 images that go into the sustained investigation. So if some of your sustained investigation shows that you're such an amazing artist and you're really skilled and you want a few of those to go into the selected works, that's totally fine. We can also use past artwork from the kids' past art classes and put it in there as well. If it works for that section, we can do that. If it's thoughtful, if it shows great control over materials, processes, and ideas, then let's put it in there. Or they can make new art and put it in there as well. The sustained investigation is all about making art the AP year, and not just trying to fill it up with random things from the past. It's supposed to be very, very extremely thoughtful and researched and complex. So, but I help the kids through everything, and we ask a lot of good questions and have a lot of good conversations. So the sustained investigation ideas are really strong. Okay, when it comes to the calendar, now this is this year's calendar, but it's be similar to next year's as well. We spend our year pretty much making art, and then the portfolio is due in May. So we really hit the ground running. Because by May, we have to photograph their work and digitally just edit it a little bit, get it the right size and everything and the right file size. We have to do some writing to go along that when we want to finalize that. And then we need to actually spend some time putting everything together and sending it in. Part of it is on the computer, and then part of it is physical, that we would physically turn it in. Okay, so yeah, again, our needs to get done a little early so that by April, May, we can do all that photographing and finalize the writing and everything. So we do need to hit the ground running. And this is really about time. Again, this is not about studying and taking a test later on. It's really about working consistently through the year. So we try to have an art piece due every 2 to 3 weeks so that we can finish at least 6 by the end of the semester. And it seems daunting, but if we just control our time management, we should be fine. So the way that I like to think about it is about like 45 minutes almost every day. If you spend 45 minutes almost every day consistently doing this, even half an hour to 45 minutes, it'd be good. If you do an hour, even better. It's all about balancing our time. And, it's not always about just sitting down and making art, but actually we could spend our time sketching or planning or researching. That also goes into it. So, yes. Now, a sketchbook is imperative. So you need to get that on your own. And I will provide art supplies. Our room is stocked. If you have any questions, I'm running out of time, but here's my information. There you go.